Hello everybody and welcome to another list video. Last week we heard it from you guys. You loved seeing Travis complain about 10 cards. So we're doing that. This time it's going to be Bryn. 10 cards that even Bryn wouldn't play. Don't expect as much vitriol from this as Bryn just comes out yelling like, frick this! Frick it!
Whoever decided this should be shot.
But we have 10 cards that even Bryn wouldn't play. I will say we're also going to be making one for me in the future, but it's not going to be for a bit because we have a few Christmas specials lined up for you guys coming up for these list video series. So look forward to those. But Bryn, why don't we dive in and talk about the first card that you wouldn't play, which is Song of the Dead. I can't help but feel like this is a slight against me. And then maybe that's just me, you know, feeling self-conscious about playing this card.
It's not your fault.
Twice.
Yeah. So what I don't like about this is that firstly, you've got to build around it pretty hard in order for it to ever do anything. Secondly, the extra damage is not reliable. You cannot count on it happening at a point where it will be relevant. Possibly, as Justin knows, you might get to fight 3 times and get the bonus damage on the last try, but it doesn't matter anymore because the thing only had 1 health left. Or you score bonus damage all the time fighting rats and acolytes. This happens.
It's got 5 charges.
Yeah, it also has only 5 charges. This should not take charges to use. You're swinging in the dark here. This is, yeah. If this is your plan to kill monsters,
Get a better plan?
get a better plan. Like, get a Switchblade Zero. It might do more work for you.
This doesn't cost you experience.
It costs you less experience and no action to play, at least.
I'd love to see how they would, if they designed this card today, because you know it would be different, right? You know there would be something they'd tweak about it, right? I'd be curious to see what it would be like with the more modern Arkham Horror, the card game design. Because this is an old card. It came out in Dunwich, right? So, yeah.
It's just bad. It's got the subtype song, though.
That is cool. That is cool. It then reminds me of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
All the songs you can get, yeah. All right. Because if there's one thing I guess hobbits and elves love, it's songs. Next thing is here is we got Try and Try Again, level 3. What about this one?
I got a couple of problems with this one, and the first of which is that you've got to be committing skills to tests that you are failing, but they cannot be the skills that you want to commit to tests that you're gonna fail. Because if you return them to your hand, they are not there when you fail the test, and don't do anything. So you've got to fail a test that you committed something real to. Like anything. But also then, there's a level 1 version of this that lets you do that 3 times. How many times is that going to happen in a scenario? Like, what are you doing that,
Deck's bad.
Like, what exactly are you doing that you're failing so much while throwing cards at the thing? It has to be a skill card too. It can't just be like
Anything.
I threw this at the test and I hoped it would work. No. It has to be a skill card.
I've never seen this. I love this passion. I'm really feeling it.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing going for this card.
I play League of Legends with Bryn. He gets angry sometimes.
Well, I'd love to see that. This is actually something too that even now, like a lot of the times as I'm building my decks, the card pool is so expansive that even like now I look at Take Heart and I'm like, this is like not as good as it was back in the day. Yeah.
If you're paying to add this to your deck, just add Unexpected Courage to your deck, level 2 or 3 or whatever it is, because all this does is commit for 2 brains.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, Guts is good, but Guts also there's a 0 cost version, right?
Yeah. It's called Guts.
Is it? What?
It draws you a card too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild.
All right, next one here is we got Dario El-Amin.
Oh, baby.
You ever wanted to pay 14 resources in order to play what is effectively, what do you call it? Stupid purple card.
Ikyak?
No.
St. Hubert's Key.
St. Hubert's Key, yeah.
Yeah, but this guy gives you 2 sanity instead of taking away, bro. And
But
he
doesn't
also
the other one also kind of give you 2 sanity?
He also takes up your ally slot instead of your necklace slot.
Right.
Which is
'Cause
very
it's
important.
It's so much less valuable. There are no good green allies. You're right.
I mean,
So,
not
like,
really level 0.
I mean, like, sure, most of them are pretty bad at level 0, but
Yeah, actually, yeah, I was building a rogue deck, and I was like, okay, what ally do I want? I'm like,
yeah.
there's really only
None of
2
them.
choices. I put Gregory Gry as my new placeholder ally if I'm going to someone else. Because I'm like, if I'm not fighting. If I'm fighting, it's Lonnie, right?
Yeah.
I suppose I should have prefaced this by saying that these are not cards that I wouldn't play, but cards that I have played and been disappointed in, because most of them I have played.
Except for your number 1.
10 cards that you would
Yeah.
play again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that being said, I probably will find myself playing Dario again.
No, Bryn, we'll say something.
Like,
We'll
I really
say
don't want
something.
to. The plus brain is also, like... The plus brain is worthless.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
It just works for
You're like
Safina.
two
What you talk about?
trees.
It's like a 100% increase. from most
Right,
green
yeah,
decks.
but like 100% of 0 is still 0.
It's a high. No, I mean, like, yes, but 100% 1 is 2.
Oh, but then you couple it with your try again that you're
Yeah.
you're not playing. You're playing a
Like,
little
percentage-wise, that's a huge bonus sprint. You're doubling your brain. Do you know how many investigators would kill to have double the brain?
Yeah, but do they start with more than 1 brain?
Yeah, Calvin
Yeah.
actually does have double the brain though. Any number of times you choose to care to ask, he has double the brain.
Yeah.
It's true. All
No,
right.
this guy's just way too much sunk cost. Unless no, he's too much sunk cost. He's too much sunk cost. There's better choice.
All right.
Just, I'm trying to argue in bad faith. Like,
Oh, that's good. That's good. No, and I'm supporting your bad faith argument by being the idiot.
oh, okay.
All right. Next thing we got here is Sharron's Obol.
All right. Now, some of you are probably going to try and tell me that this card is good. And I'm not here to tell you that the card is bad, only that the card is not fun to play with. Unless you are playing on your own, as soon as you pick this card, you're effectively telling your teammates that I am worth more than you. And you need to go and die for me. And if their teammates are anything like me, they're going to say, fuck you, and leave you to die.
And this is actually like, and you're usually the one who will throw yourself on the grenade for us normally. So
Yeah, so...
yeah, you just gotta phrase it nicely.
Yeah.
It turns out.
Um,
Hey, Brent, you can't win without me. Fuck.
yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, my decks are usually, like, the pile of garbage, and I don't actually do very much on my own.
I mean, like, it's something you can change.
No,
You just played good cards.
I can't change that.
My
No,
decks
but, like,
are
if
just
one of the
garbage.
two of you picked this card, I would not quite go out of my way to see that you got killed for it. But, like, I wouldn't be trying to keep you
oh, you
alive.
just do it. Yeah, you handle this one. Just
Yeah.
give us cards.
Yeah.
Does Safina have one under there at the start? Put it under. Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Here you go. Oh, that'd be so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I played this one once back early on when I was Jenny, but I also just understand that, like, if I died, it's my fault, and then I just get a new character, right?
But it's not just your fault. You gimped the team too.
It's true. What was I doing though as Jenny? Right?
I
You,
don't know,
you took
get
me out.
a few
You took
resources
me
a
out.
turn, man.
You took me out, and nothing would have changed. I could come back as Rex Murphy, and I'd be a better character.
Look, man. you could substitute a lot of people for Rex Murphy
Yeah.
and be a better character.
I just wish this card, like, the risk is so much bigger than the reward. I would love to see this card, or like a different version where you get to experience if you survive, but you score less experience if you don't.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the biggest issue, I mean, I've talked about this card, is like the variance, though. Where, like, you're not going to be how many times you actually be defeated in the campaign, but
Yeah.
also if you do, like, you get killed.
Yeah, and like, of course, playing green cards, you can work around this. You can play cards like I'm out of here and nimble and elusive to get the hell out of scenarios when you need to. But sometimes that means resigning early, and it's just not. It's not fun. I'm not going to play with it ever, and you shouldn't either.
Only play with cards that I think are fun.
Only, yeah, that's the rules.
That's kind of what these views are.
Yeah. All right. Next one here is we got. Oh! Whoa! Did you see that? Oh my boggy! Decorated skull.
Yeah, so Decorated Skull is really cool. However, that being said, even if you try to build around this, which I have, the level 0 version is just not good enough. Like, you are spending an action to play it. If it were fast, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it, but it isn't. So you spend an action to play it, you spend a card from your hand. That's like pretty close to 2 actions that you're in the hole. And then you have to make things happen to get charges on it. Admittedly, these things are probably going to happen whether you want them to or not. But in order to get out of that, you're spending a charge to get a card and gain a resource. Only the card is really worth the action that you just put in. So you're effectively getting a resource for free, which is worth maybe half an action if we're being generous. So in order to get back your initial investment, you need to fire this thing off like 4 times before it starts paying out anything that you couldn't just have had by not playing it.
Yeah.
The level 3 version, totally different argument, totally different. But this level 0 one, like, man, this better be in my deck to remind me to get the other one.
The thing that just really sucks about the level 3 one is that, like, the
Leo
best
can't
investigator
play it.
for it can't
Yeah.
play it. And it wouldn't
Yeah.
even be that busted in him.
No, it wouldn't.
But just like Meat Grinder Leo with the level 3 skull seems like a great idea.
Yeah. It would be nice if it was
That would
level
be cool.
2.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things, even to like the level 3 dodge. Like if it was level 2, what's her nuts? Daniela, who would be perfect for, can't play it, right? But she's also one of the weird investigators that we don't like to talk about their deck building stuff. Because we always, someone in a video gets it wrong every time. One of us is like, we can play this card. No, wait, they
No,
can't.
you can't.
Yeah.
Alright, what's next? Fence.
There's no fence in the art.
There's no fence on this fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
So,
little Luke on it.
similar problem to the Decorated Skull. This card asks you to build your deck around it. You've got to have a pile of illicit cards. Now, admittedly, there are a lot of green cards that are illicit, and there are, in fact, almost none that aren't. However, in order to get your investment out, because you're paying 3 resources, which is like an action and a half, the action to play the fence, and the card from your hand. So you're already on like 3.5. So you've got to be playing 4 assets that didn't already have fast that are illicit in order to get your investment back out. How many assets are you playing? Like, I play a lot of assets. But how many assets are you really playing in a game? I suppose you can use the fence to play a second fence at fast. That's like a thing you could do.
Yeah, suppose you could, couldn't you?
You
But
can
like,
use it
you
to,
gotta
like,
find both of them.
Yeah.
you can use it to play a gun while you're engaged with an enemy.
You could. Most,
Something for
actually
it.
all green weapons except for the piano wire are illicit.
Doesn't Joey the
At,
Rat do the same thing, kind of?
Yeah,
Joey the
yeah.
Rat.
Joey the Rat is probably just a better option for pretty much everything this card can do.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't reduce costs, but he kind of does.
Yeah.
You just take up your ally slot as
He does take up your ally slot, and this takes up no slot. But this card is just like, you got to build around it so hard, but why? Like,
There's nothing to go with.
half of the illicit assets are fast already, and like, sure, they cost 1 less, but like we said before, the resources are not worth an action. Not 1-to-1.
Yeah, this card, like, the whole illicit thing, I would like. I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then I like
Yeah.
remember, like, nah, I'll just play the guns normally.
Yeah, if it let you play criminal assets as well,
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe we're talking about that, because there are a lot of criminal allies
Yeah.
that you could play at fast speed.
Wait a minute, rogues are all criminals? That's why you don't like them.
Yeah.
Wow. What the frick?
Yeah, I'm a straight-laced law-abiding citizen. Just,
Yeah, Guardian
Yeah.
Seeker.
Yeah, they degrade our society.
Yeah.
Just bad people.
Wow.
They're just here to bolster the economy,
Nope.
putting money into circulation.
They do. Green rogues
Fake
do
money,
like money.
maybe.
Oh, fake money. All right, let's see what the next. Oh yeah, Faustian bargain. That can't be real money. Yeah, let's see what the next card is. Henry Wan.
Hey, speaking of fake money.
My favorite part about this is because his category is aspiring actor, and you just like, yeah, man, you suck.
Yeah, pretty much. This guy gets to be on the short list of cards that I'm going to tell you I wouldn't play, and I'm going to tell you you shouldn't play, but like I'm probably going to play with him.
Why? Why, Bryn?
Mostly,
Deep-seated self-hatred, I suppose.
I was gonna say so that
Yeah.
you would play with at least each of your cardboard pieces at least once that you paid for.
You know?
What does he do again? One at a time,
Yeah.
random tokens to the chaos.
He
Choose to
does nothing,
stop.
Justin. You know it.
If you choose to stop for each token revealed via this effect, you may either draw one card or gain one resource. If you revealed those, do nothing.
The thing I like about him the most, though, is that I can use him to grief Travis. Well, like I activate him, and the first thing I reveal is a skull token. It doesn't stop me. I get to keep going. I can keep revealing tokens as long as I want.
You just activate him and dump the
Oh no, it's
bag
into
onto
yeah.
him.
Okay, that's even worse. That's fucking garbage.
Travis,
Good.
can I,
This card's
how does this sound to you?
Choose. I should be able to choose
Awful,
one.
Justin.
Jacqueline Fine. Versatile into Henry Wand.
Are you gonna take in the thick of it to take 2 heart traumas so you can have them at the start of the game?
No,
Start the
no, I
campaign?
would not. That's too much. That's too much.
Man, no, this guy just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So again, like pretty much every other green card that I've talked about so far today, this guy costs you 3 resources, which is an action and a half, the card, which is another action, and the action to play him. And then I've got to exhaust him, so I can only use him once in a turn, because that would be broken if I could use him more than once. I don't even want to use him once. And what he does is probably nothing. All right, sure. You could theoretically play this guy if your teammates are playing like Bless Curse, and then you get to reveal more tokens that are not the ones that just stop you from getting anything.
Man, if you ever play this, I'm gonna be the worst. So, like, you're gonna keep going and be like, one more, Bryn, let's go, let's keep going, don't stop.
Look, I've played that potion making game with you. I know how this works. We just all sit here until we explode.
Yes. Really, like, even if like you just like you use his action, you
Yeah.
draw a +1, you're like, Poggy, I'm gonna stop. You just drew a card.
Yeah, like congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah. Because as soon as you
Yeah.
try to do 2, you're gonna screw up.
And you have to do 2.
Yeah,
It
you
has
have
to be doing 2 every time you activate it, otherwise this card does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Like-
if I had a nickel for every unplayable thespian in this game, I'd have 10 cents. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Chad. I'm allowed to make these jokes. I'm a failed aspiring director. It's okay.
It's really weird that they're both bad, huh?
Yeah.
Like I do get that if this guy was a lightning bolt, he might be a little good, because like lightning bolt get 1, or lightning bolt draw a card every turn.
Yeah.
But like, you know, maybe give us a level 2 or a level 3 version that does that.
Yeah. I mean, even he should have more soak too. Like he soaks for like.
He's got no meat soak because he's an aspiring actor. That means he can't afford to eat.
Yeah, but he.
You got no meat on him.
Good point. Let's see what's next. Sorry, as a side note, I just love that like you had because you chose green cards because you hate green cards, but the other ones
Yeah.
were your yellow, which is your favorite class. There was a lot of green cards here, and there's going to be a lot of red cards on my list.
You know, it's
The
it's
cards I hate
you
in
play
their
with.
color,
They're
yeah.
the cards I play with and the ones that I wish were better.
All right, here's
Not much.
quick draw holster, which is still one of my favorite jokes, where Bryn like got this all out, and then he got put in a straitjacket, and just Travis's reaction is just Bryn.
Scream.
100% that's gonna happen. It's gonna be sick.
Why can't you kill the what are they called? Not Tindalos. Then why can't you kill the beast of Aldebaran, Bryn? Because I spent my resources on this gun, this quick draw holder that I had to throw away because I'm in a straitjacket now.
Yep.
So fair's fair. I've never even really played with this card at all. I probably won't.
So why?
I think the initial investment is just a little too high. Sure, it does have the nice aspect of like making Tony Morgan a little better, but he
sick.
doesn't need to be. Like I've had a lot of issues playing Tony Morgan decks where I'm like, I can't play Bandolier but like, this is like a bandolier, only mostly shit. But like, you could buy this and then just unload your Thompson in one round, like into party guests who are just normal party guests.
Just normal people.
Yeah, but there's a bounty
But it's
on
cool.
there, right?
Yeah, you gotta do it. Like, how many fight actions could you get in a turn? So many.
Showing up Tony and like the rest of his team, we're just here to interrogate them. Tony's like,
Tony's like, you know what scares people? Watching other people get riddled with bullets.
I remember when we did our Valentine's thing last year, and just the how much we want to date them, and then just the realization that Tony scares me, and it's really true. He's just scary. He's a scary guy.
Yeah. Anyway, I think like 5. Hey, it's illicit. You can play it fast with fence.
You can't
let's
just
go.
walk around with quick draw holsters.
What are you
What are you gonna use that
what
for?
are you lollipop inside?
Other than
Shooting
people?
ducks. They fly up so fast. You gotta be able to clear holster
No,
quickly.
officer. Have you ever seen a duck take off? It's so fast. I'll be able to get him like bang, you know. I gotta eat.
Yeah. I mean, like, so the main downside of this is that you can't attach a weapon that takes up 2 hand slots, which is fair. How are you going to put a submachine gun into a quick draw holster? That doesn't make any sense.
Really
However,
bizarre
I
thing to
think,
do.
like, given that it can't, it also probably shouldn't cost 4 to play. It should cost, like, the same as a bandolier.
Like it does give you an extra action a lot of times.
Yeah.
Probably
It
why
does.
it
It does
costs
do that.
It could probably cost 3 though.
And I suppose to an extent, it does make the Colt vest pocket a lot better, and also makes the Luparo a lot better, where you don't have to show up and be like, well, this enemy's here and I'm here and I have 3 actions now, because you can just show up and have 2 actions.
I think we're hearing Bryn start to build a deck.
Man.
He's like, can you take this off the list?
Yeah, actually, I've changed my mind.
Probably pretty good with Tony's
Yeah.
long holds too.
Yeah.
No, like it costs 4 XP and it costs 4 to play. It's just real awkward and clunky. Admittedly, like a lot of rogue cards, extra actions are good
Yeah.
and command a premium.
Man, what's next?
It's like 2 resources.
Rise to the occasion.
Yeah. Okay, this one is not actually bad, but I hate it because you can't play it in Preston. Like, what the hell's even the point? There's two characters who could really want to play this, and one of them just can't. Like, sick.
I mean, I could see maybe higher than your skill. Maybe you want to play this in like Silas if you're going to a campaign that has lots of like.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Edge of the Earth has lots of brain forecasts.
But you could also just play the Rise to the Occasion 0. Get
But-
3 instead of 4.
What if you want to spend experience on this card instead of something useful?
I never thought about that.
It's innate. It's good. Silas can play it.
Yeah.
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 Maybe
also
we'll
red.
build
Yeah.
maybe we'll build an awful
Yeah.
murder child Wendy Adams deck.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Because every punch test is harder than her skill value.
I was telling the
Yeah.
the stream on Monday the story about how when we first played, we played with the recommended decks, and
Yeah.
how I was Wendy killing the ghoul priest with a baseball bat.
Oh man,
That was something.
that fight was a
Some-
hot mess.
Yeah.
We were just like,
Why do we
okay,
kill this guy?
somebody's got to evade this,
Sit
because if
back.
any of us miss, we die.
Yeah. Have no fear, Wendy's here. All right, what's up? This is number 10, the last one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one, I'll admit, it's not bad, and you could probably play it. I hate this card. With actually a burning passion.
He was so upset.
I was
Dave
so
spoiled.
excited that they were putting out better cherished keepsake, and then they were like, just kidding, it doesn't work with Yorick. And I was like, oh, they fucking...
Fine, I'll just keep fucking never dying with my level 0.
I'll play my level 0 ones then.
Yeah.
No, you were pretty mad that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for that reason, I will never play with this card.
Wow.
Ever, even if it would be a good choice.
Oh, you're like taking a stand. You're like, never.
I don't care.
Wow.
I'm gonna play with regular teddy bear. Die to horror anyway.
Well, no, you won't die. You're red.
Probably
You'll be
not.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Like, honestly, if I have access to red cards, I'm probably not dying anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
yep.
Well,
Yep.
I think that's it. Yeah, that is it. Those were 10 cards that even Bryn wouldn't play, except, he already admitted he's going to play
played
Dario
most
again,
of them, and,
probably.
like, some of them I might.
So it's really only like one card you'll never play.
Yeah. Yeah, wait a minute.
You know?
Pick a different name for the video.
Too late. It's already gone
Too
to the
late.
press. It's getting printed right now.
Wow.
All the ones and zeros are going through. YouTube, Mr. YouTube's like, Roger Dodger.
Dr. YouTube's like, do it.
Get the description in there and put it out now. Alright, well, thanks for watching and welcome to our first ever live list video as YouTube has now got this fully up. Thanks for watching, everybody. A huge thank you to our patrons for supporting the channel. Huge thank you to all of you guys for watching. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the description. In the comments. You can in the description. Dr. YouTube's already got that set. Thanks for watching.
I thought we could.
Have a good one, and as always, GG's.